Right, here is my honest advice to those who are not growing on YouTube. You're static, you keep uploading, but you feel you're not getting anywhere and there's something missing. In case you're new here, I'm Callum, I'm a YouTube strategist, that's my day job, but on my lunch breaks I like to get outside and share as much free value with you as I can on YouTube. Right, what does this look like? You're stuck. First of all, I want to disqualify you from this if you are not regularly uploading. If you're not regularly uploading, you can't complain that you're not growing. Surely that is obvious. At least every 2 weeks, if not every week, I think is something you should be aiming at. If you're wanting to make this your career, you need to be doing that. That's kind of a given. But if that is the case, what does that look like? Your videos are almost always 5 out of 10. You're never getting those that really break outside your audience. If you go into your audience tab in analytics, it's returning audience only. You're not attracting any new viewers to your channel. Your subscriber count isn't growing. The comments on your videos are always from the same people. You feel like you're saying the same things again to the same people every time. You're not getting those standout bangers. So here's my main advice. Shed your current assumptions. Yes, you've been uploading on YouTube. Yes, you've learned a lot as you've gone away. Yes, you've learned a lot as you go along the way, but there is probably an assumption or a decision you made along the way that could be doing you harm. And we want to make sure, if we're going to go back to basics here, that we're checking every assumption you've made along the way, every decision. We're rechecking the data on that to make sure we're moving in the right direction. If you've gone off course 5 decisions ago, that is going to be really hard to unroot and to correct. So that's what this is about. Think along your journey. When have you had videos that have performed, that have gone outside your audience? It might have been the only time that's ever happened is your first video. But make sure you're checking along it and just have a look through your journey and see when there were wins, when there were L's, the concentration of those W's and L's of like, look at when you were winning and go back to then and analyze those videos. Break down why you think they worked, what the value was, what the thumbnail and title strategy was. What did those videos look like? And make sure you understand why they did well. If you've got some where you've got a few videos that are going okay and then there's one that's a massive L that has done really badly, do the same for that to analyze why did that not work. Step 2 is to focus on audience. This is my whole job. Focus on audience, because at the end of the day, you need to be thinking about audience, not algorithm. I really hate it when people say the algorithm isn't liking my channel, isn't liking my videos. No, audiences aren't liking your videos. If that is the case, reevaluate who your audience are. What are they coming to your channel for? Is it entertainment? Is it value? Is it advice? Is it expertise? What are they coming to your channel for? Then, what is your unique value proposition? What sets you apart from the other people in your niche? And reevaluate what that is. And what I mean by all of this is work through these next 4 steps and really write it down on paper, because it makes you solidify your thoughts. And write down who your audience are, what they want, and then are you hitting those things? Are your videos satisfying that need? Whilst you're focusing down on audience, look at a few other things. Go to where your audience are. Reddit, Discord, Facebook groups, forums online. Go to wherever you can narrow down a niche of people that are like you. If you're mountain biking, go to r/mountain biking on Reddit. If you're making content about YouTube, I don't know, you can go to some forums or some Facebook groups of those types of people, often Discord groups actually with YouTube stuff, and see what they're talking about, see what's working, see what's rising to the top of those communities. What are people referencing? Are there internal divides? Some people, Group A think this thing, Group B think another. Final Cut and Adobe Premiere in my world. Find where those divides are, find what they're talking about, find where the biggest conflicts are. Like, write down all of those things and try and create some video ideas that would directly reference those things. Whether it's helping someone make a decision, whether it's debating something, whether it's sharing new takes on something. Those are all going to be a gold mine of things you can reference on your channel to really kickstart things. Finally, in that audience, while we're looking at audience, look at what your competitors are doing in their niches. What is on their channels, what is working, what's really working well, what isn't working, what styles are they going for. Now, I don't want you to copy them wholesale, but really understand what topics are resonating and how can you weave that into your strategy. Number 3, value proposition. This is when we need to nail down what your channel does, what value it offers to its viewers, and why people are going to come back. And so what I like to do is create a list of criteria that if a video is going to get made on your channel, that it has to satisfy. It offers new value on a thing. It offers your opinion on a thing. It's a fair and honest review. I don't know what that's going to be, but create a list of criteria of 5 to 10 things that each video must do that will keep you on track. There's going to be ways that you can double down on your value proposition and really amp things up a bit to create often a way to kickstart a new channel is to really create a statement piece. If it means you sacrifice your next 3 videos to create something that is 4 times the size, then that might be worth doing to really kick things off, to say this is my new direction and this is what we're making. This is why you should pay attention to my channel. Then in that value proposition, how do you create titles and thumbnails that scream value, that show that you are offering so much value that the audience would be silly not to click on it? It's like the old Alex Hormozy thing, is creating offers that people feel silly not to buy or not to take you up on. Do the same with your titles and thumbnails. And finally, before step 4, this is a brand new channel. I would massively appreciate it if you would subscribe. It would really help me out. Then 4, the last stage of this strategy, experiment and evaluate. Now, I don't want you to go mad and completely change the direction of your channel all in one go. 1 in 4 videos you should test something different with. They should be in a new format, a new title and thumbnail, so that you can keep your existing viewers tagging along. They're still enjoying your content. There's 3 videos a month they're loving, but that 1 video a month is something a bit different. You do need to make sure it still appeals to them, but it can be something slightly different. If it's a massive L, that's okay, but it also might be a massive W, and it could be the new direction for your channel. It could really kickstart things. Then inside that testing, yes, you're testing new videos and new formats. Also be testing thumbnails and titles. Use thumbnailtest.com. I'm not sponsored by them, I just really like their product. To make sure you understand, when I tried this thumbnail style or this title style, it does better or worse by this amount, so you can really learn your audience. And then finally with that, lots of people do that and they try and catalog it in their head. Don't do that. It's not going to work. Create a Google Sheet. I tried this thumbnail, these were the results, here's why I think that happened. That's all you need to do. And every time you do a test, write it in there, and it will really make you evaluate why that thing worked. Then finally, keep pushing. Don't give up. Keep pushing for new, bigger and better things, and see every time how can you double it up. See you in the next one.